We live to fight another day, ladies and gentlemen. There is still a pulse in Chelsea Football Club. We were on our deathbed. We were almost out for the count. But we're still alive and kicking just about. Back up to 5th. 3 points. Fulham 1, Chelsea 2. Lose that today. Even draw. Kalas. But we live to fight another day, as I said. And guys, with that win, I just feel so much happiness inside me for Tyreek George. Like, even before we got the winner, that game cooked me. That game killed me. I'm sure you lot are exhausted as well. Whether you went to the game or whether you just watching. That was a really exhausting game because you understood the magnitude. You understood the importance. But at times it felt like it was just another game to us. It wasn't a final. It felt like it was just getting away from us again because of our final third, because of the chances not taken. But we managed to make it out alive. That Tyreek George goal just gave the whole team a glimmer of hope. He's the first one that came onto the pitch and struck the football like it mattered. We could talk about systems. We could talk about tactics. We could talk about tiki-tiki. This pass to play to here to lead to there. That's modern football, I guess. It's gone too far in that direction. We spoke about it in the watch-along. Style over substance. When are people going to step up and take chances presented to them? How many times in that game again, just like against Ipswich, did Chelsea have an opportunity to score, but they don't take it, or they don't get on the end of it, or they're not anticipating the cutback for the cross? So many little nearly hit. You just need sometimes someone to just do something. Stand up and be counted for. Take responsibility and actually strike the football like a footballer. And that's what Tyreek George did. That wasn't necessarily a big chance. It wasn't a tap-in. We didn't walk it in on tactics. We've been in that position 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times over the last few games. And we don't strike it properly, and it just bobbles straight to the keeper. No, not that time. Tyreek George slaps it into the bottom corner. The away fans are singing his song, which I love. And Chelsea are 1-1. And Chelsea are back in the game. But Chelsea had chances before. 4 shots in the first half, I think 6 in the second before. Like, Chelsea had, and that was just the chances that actually were on target or on the goal. There were also other moments where you're like, yo, where's Jackson? Crosses from Neto in the first half. Whipped in with pace, accuracy, right in the corridor of uncertainty. My striker is not on the end of those chances. He's just a little bit behind. He's just lagging. He's just glitching. The cut back before that into him. He's taking a touch into the keeper instead of just hitting it first time. A lot of problems that Chelsea have would be solved with just players in goal or up front that can handle the situation and do their job and take their chances, finish their dinner and save their shots and don't make individual errors and don't, Sanchez was fine today, but over the course of the season, don't pass it to opposition players, etc. We're saving 10, 15 points in those 2 positions if we had just recruited correctly. Forget all the tactics. Forget the inverted of the right back. We're going to talk about it because Reece James and the mistake. Forget all of that. Just even with those 2 situations solved and addressed and rectified and taken seriously, Chelsea are in the Champions League. We have things to improve upon. There's still things we may not like about the tactics, the system. But just with those 2 things, we're not even in the position we're in, where we are clinging on for dear life for Champions League football. The amount of chances Chelsea miss is insane. And we saw it today. And it looked like we wouldn't get anything out of the game because of it. But thank God for Tyreek George. Thank God that, yes, Maresca made that substitution. Credit to him. He's been bringing him on to go up front. He's not a striker, he's a winger, by the way. He's been bringing him on to go up front because Jackson's not been playing well. Before injury, after injury, he's not been taking his chances. Brings the kid on, direct impact. Sancho comes on, right? Enzo, much better in the second, brilliant in the second half, creating. But again, this is not new information. Enzo's been creating chances. How many times have we sat in and said Enzo's creating he's not getting this assist. No one's taking the chances. This team is creating chances. I'm not saying it's some splendid, incredible, great football that we're playing, some swashbuckling. No, but this team is creating chances. The statistics show that. This game will show that as well. We did create some chances. We don't take them. If you don't take your chances up in the opposition box, and you are always liable to concede or make a mistake in your own, these are the results that you can get. Bad results. Today it went in our way, in our favor. But that is a lot of the problem, a lot of the issue. But anyway, so Tyreek George, I'll go from back to front, because I just want to enjoy the winner. It was limbs. It was ecstasy. It was insane. I was saying, yo, Neto, you've had 4, 5, I don't know how many shots Neto's had today. And Neto's scuffing his shots. And he's not hitting them right. And he's been doing this for ages, right? All season. Palmer, hitting his shots, not hitting it right, not hitting it cleanly. Near post, ballooning it out the ground. In front of the goal, outside the D, scuffing it straight at the keeper. We had a Reece James free kick straight at the keeper. All the shots, it felt like, were just straight at the keeper today. Straight at the keeper. Ooh, collect, catch. Just straight down the throat. I said, Neto, no more shots. No more tequila shots. No more shots on the pitch. No more shots. What does Neto do? After he should have had an assist because he was creating with the crossing. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. Thunder bastard of a strike. Where did that come from? Instinct. Someone said it in the chat before. Instinctive finishes today. When these players have too much time to think, when these players are step inside, cut in, lining it. It's like this. And go. That's what these players can't shoot. Clearly, we've seen it. They just scuff the shots. They just don't hit them right. There's no proper shooting technique. There's no ball striking ability. Instinctive Didier Drogba against Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. Do you remember? The chest, turn, swivel, bang, left foot. Neto, it wasn't that, but, ball comes into him. He turns immediately, he strikes immediately, roof of the net, bang, we're gone. Ecstasy, celebration. But where is this shooting on a regular basis? It's a brilliant shot. But can we count on it every week? We know the answer. I don't want to down your spirits, but we know the answer, right? So that's the problem. So it's insane to me that, this attack and the way that it's been constructed, whether it's Jackson, lack of, elite box movement, no threat in the air, does all the stuff outside the box. He's almost, it seems like he's regressing actually from last season in terms of what he's doing in the final third in terms of his shooting or his, And then you've got wingers that want to create for the striker. Sancho, with Hairline at Dortmund, just wants to create key passes, cutbacks, crosses. He wants to create for someone. Neto, crossing today. He wants to create for someone. He's never been a goal scorer. He wants to create for someone. Madueke's not a goal scorer either, but, maybe if he was to, out of all of them, he takes the most shots, right? But we got wingers that want to create for someone. We don't have someone to create for because we don't have a real striker. And in turn, on the flip side, Jackson is a striker that isn't really a striker. He's a winger from Villarreal. He's now a striker. He wants to create for others. So if we had goal-scoring wingers, that probably would suit Jackson more. But why is the attack built like that? It doesn't make any sense. And that is why we are partly in the position we're in. Because it actually doesn't make any sense. We have someone that can cross the ball really well, as we saw today. We've got no aerial threat. We have people that can bring others into play, but we have no one to finish their dinner. It's infuriating because it's just bare basic squad building, but we've got it so horribly wrong. And it's so evident, right? Even after a win, it's so evident because we was all watching that. And yeah, we got away with it today. We get the win, shithousery or whatever. It's not even shithousery. I was saying in the first 15, we actually are playing better than Fulham, but we go 1-0 down. Because we know it doesn't matter if we're playing slightly better than the other team. I think as the game went on, Fulham got back into it and we're going to talk about, but it doesn't matter. I need knocked over my glass. It doesn't matter if we're playing well. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter because you've got to do damage in both boxes. You've got to handle your business in your own box in terms of your defending and you've got to score in the other. This is football. Simplify it. The modern game is so complicated. I've got Reece James inverted again, making a mistake, not scanning. Legia Warsaw, same thing. Getting caught on the ball, right? Leads to the first goal. Iwobi, I was saying we've got to watch him. He's not really a left winger. He's playing more tucked in. Left foot, straight across the keeper, 1-0, right? We're overcomplicating football, it feels like. Both boxes. If this was Sam Allardyce, you know what I mean? Both boxes. Dominate both boxes. Be clinical. Have good shooting. Have good aerial presence. Have good variety of ways of scoring. Set pieces, crosses, open play, ball striking ability. And then have some good defending. We do all the stuff in the middle. Well, we got nothing on the ends. We've got all the filling. We ain't got no bread. There's no sandwich. This is what Chelsea Football Club is. I've really, style over substance. This is too much style, not enough substance. And the style isn't even swashbuckling, Arsene Wenger, Emirates, Cazorla, Ozil. It's not Barcelona, Pep, So the style still is not the style, but you get what I mean. We want to be that. We recruit maybe for that, but the fundamentals, the foundations aren't really making any sense. They're not matching up with other people's attributes. They don't connect. They don't align. So being 1-0 down at Fulham, when really, what's going on in this game? Have Fulham, go and check the XG. Have Fulham created loads of chances today in terms of, have they made Sanchez work really hard? No, not really. But they were bullying us in the first half. They were getting to the ball first. This team that were coming into this game in a final, right? A final today. They showed it was a final in the second half. In the first half, it didn't feel like a final. It didn't feel like our whole season was on the line. We were losing. We were second to everything. We were getting bullied physically. So the difference between the first half and the second half, maybe we play a part in Fulham being ahead. So now maybe second half they're a bit more cautious or whatever. That also plays a part in maybe us dominating more or whatever. But the second half, okay, we're getting more. But I don't know, man. We know, guys, that this game, it's one of those games where, okay, we move to, we're still alive. Like I said, Chelsea got a pulse. We were almost dead today. We got a pulse. We're alive, right? We're kicking, just about, right? But when you don't have control over those important aspects of the game, it's just willy-nilly. We might have some good shots. We might be clinical. Most likely won't, though, and we will concede. It's not good building blocks. It's not good foundation. So I feel like I figured it out. It's a roundabout way of saying, guys, we just about get over the line to get to the next game. We kick the can down the road. We enjoy the limbs, but we know this team. I mean, Tyreek George has got to start next game, Maresca. If you take something from this game, Tyreek George has to start the next game. That doesn't mean we now have a box presence. That doesn't now mean we have aerial threat. But it doesn't even mean we're going to guarantee to get a good performance because he's not a striker. It's unfair to judge the kid as a striker. But wherever you play him, he's got to play. He's got to play. In my opinion, you've got to give the kid a game now. He's on a high. He loved it at full time. You've got to give him a game. It's not like as if, it's not like our attack is just firing. So give the kid a game. Colwell's passing was a bit slack today as well. I just thought, you're giving the ball away a bit too much now. But all in all, I'll take it. Are we going to amass or equal last season's tally? I don't know. I don't think so. Or if we do, we're only just going to scrape it. Is that going to be enough for top 5? Who knows? Probably not. We just have to pray. That's all we can do. But yeah, it's one of those wins that you just have to enjoy in the moment. But if you deep it too much, we haven't really moved too far away from where we were. We know Chelsea can keep the ball. We know Chelsea can create chances. The statistics show. We know Chelsea ain't clinical, and they weren't today. Luckily, they found it at the end from the bench and from Neto just randomly doing one of his moments. I hope he wasn't ear cupping the fans or shushing. I hope he was humble. Keep humble, Neto. Really, trust me. Don't be doing the ear cupping thing. Keep humble. And we know, so we know all these things. So credit to the boys for the win. Credit for the change. But yeah, it was almost over for us, and that's the be all. That's what it is. It was almost over. I'm happy for George. That's the main thing for me. I'm happy for George. I think George, but I think we also just really need to start respecting the bare basics of the game, the bare fundamentals and the foundations of football. Where we're overcomplicating things. And Reece James in midfield, getting turned over, guys. All the right backs don't want to play in midfield. Maresca, at one point or another, you're gonna have to find out that is just not familiar for them and it's not looking good for them. So you got to adjust. I know you want to be stubborn or you want to do it your way or no way. Well, then it's going to be no way, Jose. You've got to stop putting these right backs in midfield. They are not enjoying it. It is not getting the best out of them. I don't even think it's even getting the best out of the team. So find something else, please. Smash up the lights, guys. I'll see you guys next time in a bit, people. Peace.